Sorry for the lack of video yesterday. I'm not very well, as you can probably tell from the way I look today, but let's soldier on. It can be weird how technological and sociological change can just kind of creep up on you without you realising it. And being the kind of person who overthinks things can be a curse as much as it is of a blessing. So when something kind of catches my attention or irritates me, it kind of gets stuck in my head and keeps percolating away until I've thought it out, and then I kind of have to get it out. So here's a video that's going to get something out that's been bothering me for a few months. So a few months ago, I went to the Tate Modern in London to see the Georgia O'Keeffe exhibition, which was pretty good. And you go into the building and everything, you see all the sculptures, you go on up to the specific exhibition which you've paid to go into, you got your tickets, you go around, you have a look. So while we're going around, there's plenty of other people taking pictures with their smartphones or their tablets, making notes on their smartphones and tablets. You know, there doesn't seem to be any problem with that. There wasn't any particularly overt signage that you weren't allowed to take pictures. I spotted one piece that I really liked, and I thought, oh, I want to share this with my friends and show them that this exhibit is, actually pretty good. So I go to take a picture. I guess I'm doing it a bit more overtly than other people, and this tiny little guy with a really thick African accent appears next to me and says, "No, you're not allowed to take pictures." Now this seemed weird. You may not understand why, so I'll give a bit of context. Now, it used to be the case that when you went to a museum or an art gallery that you were absolutely verboten to take any pictures whatsoever. And there were some fairly good reasons for this, because these sort of old cameras, disposable cameras and so on, had pretty powerful flashes, and you had no real control on a lot of these cameras, particularly the disposable ones, of whether the flash went off or not. And bright light can have a bad effect upon museum samples and art pigments and so on. So there was a very good reason, practical reason, not to allow you to take pictures. So it was absolutely not allowed. In fact, during the sort of height of the IRA bomb scares, back when I was a kid and being taken to exhibitions and museums and things, often you wouldn't be allowed to take your cameras in at all, or your bags. You would have to check them on the way in. It wasn't an optional thing. So this is one way in which society has changed. I mean, everyone is carrying a device around with them that is a video camera and a camera, but also a telephone. It also has a whole bunch of personal information and so on it, and you can't really practically take it off people anymore. And the flashes are different, and they can be controlled. Most people don't use them much of the time. They're not necessary much of the time because the digital cameras are so much better and can compensate for all that kind of thing. So there's been this slow change as cell phones have become more ubiquitous and more popular, in that museums and places are no longer so adamant about this issue. So it got to the point where I was used to being able to take photos and video wherever I go with impunity. Wherever I go to an exhibition or something, maybe I'll put up a Vine video of a device working away in the Science Museum or something, and plenty of other people do that. So this was actually fairly shocking, and I just sat down at the time and I thought, okay, why? So the old excuse used to be the flash would damage the pictures or irritate the other people that were there. Okay, that's no longer the case. Another reason given used to be that, okay, they have to pay for everything, so they want to sell you the postcards and the prints and so on. Well, a postcard and a print and so on is better than any photograph you can take on your cell phone anyway. So does that make sense still? And so I sat and I thought, and they had free Wi-Fi access, which further makes you think, what the hell? And I took note of a couple of names of some of the pieces that were shown on the wall, and I looked them up online. And lo and behold, there's those same pictures. So all of these excuses, whether it's selling you something or protecting the pictures, none of that holds water anymore. So I'm left wondering why. The last place I would expect not to be able to adapt to the modern age would be a modern art museum. Surely having lots of geotag pictures on Instagram when you have an exhibition on, showing the art, showing that people are enjoying it, clustering on Google Maps if people are looking for something to do, that would draw more people to the place, more people to come and see. Because what I wanted to do was not to supersede the experience of being there, or make it so it wasn't worthwhile other people going there. I wanted to show this was a good exhibition and I was enjoying myself there, and I wanted to share that experience, and maybe that would inspire other people to come and see the art. So what's going on here? What is the reasoning? Do photographs steal the soul of the art? Is that what people think now? Is it still this idea that you won't buy postcards and prints if you've got pictures? Because I don't think that holds. I could download a reasonably high resolution image of a piece of this art and print it out at home if I wanted to. So that can't be it. It's not the flashes. They actively seem to want people to use their phones. I mean, some exhibitions have apps and things that go along with them that provide extra information about the pieces as you walk around, or substitute for the audio that they have in some galleries, some museums. So what is it? Does anyone have any insight why they would be so primitive and backward compared to a lot of other institutions when it comes to allowing people to use their devices, use their social media? Because I don't get it. If I was running the place, I'd be trying to encourage that. Zang. If you like what I do here, please like, subscribe, share on your social media, and if you feel so inclined, you can support me on Patreon at Grimatube. My main website is postmortemstudios.wordpress.com, and there, or on Twitter, you can keep up with me and everything that I'm doing.